After my parents died, they left behind a pair of beast rings. One had a little black snake carved on it, the other had a little dog. My sister moved fast and snatched the dog ring first. She left me with the black snake ring. She said dogs are loyal and bring fortune, so she went crazy feeding the little dog. She wanted it to spit out gold coins so she could become a rich heiress. But my sister spent money like crazy, so to make the dog spit more coins, she fed it non-stop. Eventually, the dog got so stuffed it couldn't take it anymore and died. Meanwhile, my black snake stole other people's fortune to feed me, but I felt uneasy about it. I rarely used it, and eventually worked my way up to become a billionaire CEO on my own. But then my sister got so jealous she pushed me off a building. If you hadn't stolen my black snake, I would have been the billionaire CEO. When I opened my eyes again, I saw my sister holding the dog ring with disgust. I realized I'd been reborn. Looking down, in my past life the carvings only became real animals after we blood bonded with them. But now, before any blood bonding, the black snake had already crawled out on its own, flicking its tongue around me. When I met its cold, eerie eyes, chills ran down my spine. My sister wasn't treasuring the dog ring like last time. Instead, she looked at it with disgust. Bro, we haven't even blood bonded yet. How is your snake alive? I want to trade with you. Hearing this, the snake's triangular eyes lit up, and it actually crawled toward my sister like it understood. Last time, these creatures only appeared after the blood ritual. Seeing that weird smile on the snake's face, I got it. Not only had I been reborn, this snake had been reborn too. As the snake crawled over, my sister threw the dog ring on the ground and grabbed the snake. She wrapped it around her arm. She looked at me smugly and said, "You're my brother. You should let me have it, right? This snake looks sleek and matches me perfectly. You can have that ugly dog." Before I could respond, she rushed to drip her blood on the jade ring. She froze for a second, then started clapping and screaming with excitement. "My snake can steal other people's fortune and give it to me. If I target millionaires, I can live like a rich heiress for the rest of my life." My sister hugged the snake close and stared at me defensively. I slowly picked up the dog ring from the ground and smiled. Well, congrats in advance on becoming a rich heiress. After that, I ignored her and dripped my blood on the dog ring. The moment my blood touched it, just like I thought in my past life, these two beast rings work completely differently. The dog turns food into gold coins. The more it eats, the more it spits out. But if it eats too much and can't process it, it'll literally explode and die. Looking at the adorable little dog coming to life, I patted its head. "This time, you'll have a good life with me." After parting with my sister, I looked at my stick-thin arms. Looking at the dog in my hands, I felt kinda bad. "Sorry, little guy. I'm literally starving to death. Mind spitting out a coin?" The dog barked twice. I pulled out a moldy cracker from my bag and held it to its mouth. It didn't mind at all, opened wide and swallowed it whole. Sure enough, it coughed up a shiny gold coin. I grabbed it and ran straight to the pawn shop. Traded it for tens of thousands in cash, holding that heavy stack of bills. I couldn't help remembering my past life when the black snake stole fortune for me. I thought it was wrong, so I never went along with it. Plus, making the snake steal money came with a price. It had to drain my own life force. Last time I refused, so it couldn't drain me. That's why the reborn snake left my ring on its own. Only if my sister discovered its power would it avoid staying poor with me. In my past life, I never used the beast ring and became a billionaire CEO through my own efforts. Working nonstop every day wrecked my stomach. Couldn't eat anything cold or spicy, but now, everything's different. With the dog's money, I bought a ton of ice cream, plus all the food I'd been craving from my past life. After stuffing my face, I didn't rush to make money the same way as before. I bought a plane ticket and traveled the world, enjoying life, making up for all the regrets from my past life. I still had my memories from before, so even without the beast ring, I could make a comeback. Though I never forced the dog to eat, that little glutton still coughed up plenty of coins. Thanks to those coins, I'd built up a net worth of several million. Meanwhile, my sister used the snake to steal fortune everywhere and became an executive at an investment firm. Every stock she picked shot up like a rocket. She became a legend in the investment world overnight. Watching her on the news, no matter how much foundation she caked on, you could see the exhaustion. Clearly, the snake's side effects were kicking in. My sister didn't hide anything. She shared stock tips openly, claiming she'd make everyone rich together. Some experts online couldn't stand it and called her out. They said she just got lucky and anyone following her advice would lose everything. They wanted to see how she'd deal with the fallout, but she didn't care at all. Instead, she doubled down and started live streaming. Me lose everything? Do you know how much I've made? How much my followers have made? Once I'm richer than entire countries, let's see if you still talk trash. The experts were fuming. Meanwhile, using my past life knowledge and the dog's seed money, I slowly entered the stock market too. But this time my goal changed. I didn't want to be some billionaire CEO anymore. That life was exhausting and pointless. Plus, in my past life after I became CEO, my long-dead parents suddenly showed up. Rich parents coming back from the dead? People online ate that up. Wealthy and reunited with family. Everyone was so jealous. But nobody knew that the first thing they did was demand all my assets. And they had the black snake drain my fortune. If I hadn't been tough and fought back, those so-called parents would have sucked me dry. Once I went down, my sister naturally set her sights on me. She traveled the world every day, completely ignoring the market. She'd randomly point somewhere and boom, massive bull stock. Seeing me split $1 million across several investments, she immediately called to mock me. Trying to copy me and make money? Look at you all broke. That dog's useless, huh? Just dump it. Why not watch my live streams and follow me? I didn't bother responding. Just gave her some fake compliments and hung up. With my strategy, my assets reached tens of millions. My skills and knowledge were way better than my past life. Now that I had money, I upgraded the dog's meals big time. Abalone, seafood, whatever it wanted, all top-tier stuff. Plus, I stopped letting the dog spit out coins. I patted its head and said, "We've got enough money. Stop making coins. Eat whatever you want. I'm loaded now." Saying this reminded me my sister had actually been right about one thing. Dogs are loyal. Even though I told it to stop, it kept secretly stuffing the safe with gold coins. As days went by, my sister's popularity exploded. People worshipped her. She used that momentum to start her own company and became a billionaire CEO overnight. I was at home watching the market trends when my sister suddenly came home dripping with jewelry that almost blinded me. She smacked my head and said smugly, "Guess who just called me?" I ignored her, hugging my dog and staring at the computer screen. Seeing I wouldn't respond, she didn't get mad. She just kept talking. Oh, it was Mom and Dad. Hearing those two words, my whole body went ice cold. I almost dropped my dog. I forced myself to stay calm. "What are you talking about? They're dead." My sister rolled her eyes. "If beast rings can exist, why can't Mom and Dad come back?" I pretended to think for a moment, then shouted in fake surprise, "Maybe they really are alive! Where are they? Take me to them!" She pushed me away in disgust and wiped her hands with a tissue. "Why would you go? Mom and Dad said they only want me. I'm better than you anyway. Mom said we're from some hidden elite family, and only someone as successful as me can return. Someone like you doesn't deserve to reunite with them." I immediately put on a devastated act, covering my face while my shoulders shook. I let out pained sobs. My sister just kept mocking me. "Don't blame me for this, you're just useless." I stayed silent, just kept crying. The second she left, I looked up. Not a single tear. My eyes were ice cold. See, in my past life when those so-called parents found me, they didn't just force me to transfer my assets. They also had the snake drain my fortune and life force. If I refused, they'd throw me into a pit of 10,000 snakes to be eaten alive. That bone-deep pain still makes me shake just thinking about it. Hidden elite family? Total BS? They deliberately left those rings at home. Didn't matter which of us got rich. They'd show up and rob us blind. Knowing my sister would go through what I went through, I felt zero sympathy. After all, in my past life when she murdered me, she showed zero regret either. Just as I was holding my dog and analyzing the stock market, the little guy suddenly started barking.